At this rate, we're only going to be seeing the same few people at Sheffield. These guys are just so strong that they're way out of their league, and the gap between them and others competing alongside them is just so big that it seems like there's no way other people are going to catch up. So if you didn't already know, to qualify for Sheffield powerlifting, the athletes must total at least 95% of the classic open world record total for, I'm assuming this is for their weight class. I don't know why I got cut off. So what this means is that if the total is 1,000 kilos, we take 95% of that, which is 950 kilos, and this is the minimum total that you must achieve in order to qualify. So if you get 950 and above, you qualify. If you get below this, you don't qualify. First, let's look at the infamous example of Shell Backeland competing in the 66 kilo weight class. Sheffield was his first time where he competed as a 66, and he set a world record total of 770 kilos. This is crazy because the world record before this was 725 kilos, set by Kyota Ushiyama of Japan. So he beat the world record by 45 kilos. So after doing some math, he beat the world record by 6.2%. And this is already more than the 5% margin between the world record total and the qualifying total for Sheffield. Remember, you need 95% of the world record total to qualify for Sheffield. So that means that after Shell Backeland's record, if someone were to total just even the previous world record, which is 725, it's not even 95%. So that means they won't be qualifying for Sheffield. So I pulled up the scoreboard of Sheffield 2025, and we're going to take a look at the men's section. Obviously, Shell Backeland won with a 770 total. Now, there were two other 66s that competed alongside him, Kassem Sand and Panna. Remember, they qualified for Sheffield because they totaled 95% of the world record when they competed at Malta. So they came and they did their best, right? 715, 697.5. But Shell just set the bar so high that they couldn't beat him. No one else could beat him. That's why he got first place for Sheffield. Now, the Classic Open Powerlifting Championships of the IPF happen on 8 June to 15 June. I'm going to be taking a look at the results, so spoiler alert if you want to watch it first. Okay, so after Shell Backeland's world record at Sheffield, the new qualifying total for Sheffield was 731.5. And if we take a look at the results here, no one qualified for Sheffield except for Shell Backeland. This doesn't happen in this class. Usually it would be everyone that placed on the podium would qualify for Sheffield because they totaled high enough. So first, second, and third would all be able to go to Sheffield. 2024 IPF World Championships, all three of the podium positions qualified for Sheffield. It was an insane battle. Everyone totaled 707.5 kilos, and the placings were determined on body weight. So again, same story as 2024. All three of the podium positions in 2023 qualified for Sheffield because they totaled enough. By the way, I am taking these clips of powerlifting from other channels. The watermark for them will be somewhere in like the corner of the video, so I'm not trying to steal these clips. Now let's take a look at some trends for the 66 class. So the winning total for 2024 was 707.5. We even got 3 people who totaled 707.5. This is actually my favorite battle out of any powerlifting competition because it was mad intense. Now let's look at 2023. The winning total, 705. Literally a 2.5 kilo increase from 2024 to 2025. Let's look at 2022. The winning total, 710. And let's even take a look at 2021. 692.5. So the trend is that the winning total for 66 is about 700 kilos. A bit more, a bit less. So 692, 2021, 710, 2022, 705, 2023, 707.5, 2024. But then 2025, 742.5. And then second place is 700. So this would have been a normal trend from 2024, 707.5 to 700 in 2025. It's completely normal. So being able to offset the trend by this much, about 42.5 kilos, remember, it's usually staying around 700. Being able to offset the trend by this much is absolutely out of this world. I've been only talking about the 66 kilo class so far, but this doesn't happen just in the 66 kilo class, it also happens in other weight classes. Let's take a look at some of the other weight classes, and one of them is the 74 kilo weight class. So in 2023, the world record for a 74 was 800 kilos, set by none other than Shell Backlund himself. So yes, he was previously in this weight class, and he was also previously in the 83 kilo weight class. But anyways, this record was set at the European Powerlifting Classic competition, but then the same thing happened as the 66 kilo weight class in the 74 weight class. So the next year, in 2024, Austin Perkins came and then set a new world record of 836 kilos. But this is not so bad yet, because second place could still qualify for Sheffield. But then in Sheffield 2025, he set another world record total of 843 kilos, even though he missed his third attempt. It looked like the weight was a bit too heavy, so maybe with the right attempt selection, he could have totaled about 850 kilos. Nonetheless, the qualifying total after this was 801 kilos. Now let's take a look at the 74 kilo podium in IPF 2025, and the results speak for themselves. Second and third place were nowhere near 800 kilos. That's not downplaying their amazing performance, but still, they weren't able to qualify for Sheffield. So I took this video from White Lights Media on YouTube. The last weight class I'm going to be talking about is the 120 plus weight class. Ever since 2022, Jesus Olivares was the only one to qualify for Sheffield. So as you can see, this is the scoreboard of 2022 of the 120 kilo plus weight class. Jesus Olivares was first place and second place, and third place are nowhere close to him. He's just super strong. 2023, even bigger gap, almost 100 kilo gap, as you can see. 2024, the gap is closing, and second place was almost able to qualify for Sheffield, and he also set a junior world record total. In 2024, the qualifying total for Sheffield was 1,095 kilos. One of Jesus' competitors, Timur Samkaradze, was really close to this total at 1087.5, and mind you, he was just a junior when setting this record. This is even after he missed his third deadlift, and if he had hit it, he would have qualified for Sheffield. The 120 kilo plus championships haven't happened yet at the time of making this video, but I am excited to see Jesus and Timur go head to head in a competition. Anyways, that's all for this video. No hate to anyone mentioned in this video. I'm just stating my opinions and my views about the current state of the sport. I can't wait to see the rest of the results after the Classic Powerlifting Championships are over for the IPF.